Alright again peeps, hope you're all well. I'm on a day camp today, just headed over to the forest, and I'm in my usual, one of my usual spots where I sort of like to bivvy between the two big trees. If you look back on some of the other wild camp videos. So yeah, I've got a few hours before work, before I've got to be in the gym later to train clients, and thought I'd test out some new gear. So what I've got, new kit wise, first big bit of kit is this new tent, the Gillert Solo. You've probably seen a lot of these on YouTube, and I got this off eBay, virtually brand new. I think someone had set it up like once to sort of see what it was like and probably thought, nah, it's too cramped for me, and sold it. I got it for £27, it's an absolute steal, and it's been well looked after. As I say, like, it's never really been used, so I'm going to show you through a little bit of that. I'm not going to do a full-on review of it because there's loads of Gillert Solo reviews out there, and it's not too dissimilar to some of my older tents, like my high gear Soloista. I'm going to get rid of that because it's got a nasty tear in the bug netting in a tent, so this is going to replace it. Very low profile, so it's good for stealth camping. Nice shade of green. It weighs about 1.5 kilos, although it comes with quite heavy steel pegs, so if you took them pegs out, titanium pegs, you're laughing, you'd get that weight down even more. So got some good guy lines as well. They come already set up, so you know how to just adjust them, because believe it or not, I actually struggle with guy lines. I know, one of the most basic things in outdoors, but you know, Tom Outdoors, we do things differently. Yeah, some good guy lines. They look like they're made out of like quite thick paracord. You've got your entrance in there. I've got my OEX half pad in there at the moment. Oh, there we go. And I just tested it out, sort of laying in there. And as I say, I'm 5'9", 5'10", let's say 5'10", and yeah, my feet were fairly close to the end, and like the head end sort of narrows off to a point, so I wasn't actually touching the head end, but like my face was quite close to sort of the slope of the wall, yeah, so there's a bit more space in it compared to, say, the Northridge Coal Light tent, but you have to stay laying down in this one. There's no way you can sit up in it. You have to sort of lean on one side, but I don't mind that, that's fine. It's kind of like a spacious bivvy bag. Then I'm just cooking breakfast at the moment because I woke up and thought, oh, I'll have breakfast while I'm here. I've got the Vargo titanium hexagon wood stove, boiling up some water there in my titanium pot. Next bit of kit on the list is this new rucksack that I bought. Now, if you watched my last day walk video, I mentioned it. It's an Exped Summit Light 25 litre rucksack. So you can use it as like a day sack, you know, sort of for if, I don't know, if you was climbing a mountain and you was leaving base camp, you could use that as your summit pack or something like that. Well, I'm going to use it for like ultra light backpacking and overnighters and stuff. Now, I've got the idea to use this pack from a guy, I can't remember his first name, and he's subscribed to me and I've subscribed to him. His channel's called Sea Veg, and it does some really, really good stuff. He's been doing it for a while now. He's got quite a few subscribers, and yeah, he bought this pack to use for his like ultralight wild camps, and when he's doing sort of long distance routes and needs to camp overnight. So yeah, so I decided to purchase one as well. I think it cost me about £35, brand spanking new off of eBay. What I've done is I've added this bungee cord so then I can you know, attach stuff to the outside, sort of, you know, a rain jacket or things like that, stuff that I need to take off as I'm walking, and I don't need to, it doesn't need to take up space in the rucksack inside. Now the really cool thing about it as well is you've got loads of space in it. You've got a pocket for a water bottle there. You've actually got a bladder sleeve for like hydration bladder. I've got an empty soya bag in it at the moment, and you've got the hose comes through there, threads onto the straps. Yeah, it's got fairly big space, and it's got this pocket on the lid, on the top, on the inside. Now the really cool thing about this rucksack is it packs away into itself. So when it's all empty, you pack it up into like a small convenient sort of self-contained pouch, and you can fit it in like a larger rucksack. Like I say, if you was camping somewhere and you had sort of like a base camp set up, you can then go for, you know, walks from that base camp with this rucksack rather than carrying your big rucksack. So it's quite cool, that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using this rucksack. I'm gonna probably use it on like day walks as well and stuff, so you'll see it there. And of course it fits a tent, as I found out, and like an ultralight setup. So that's sort of the thing I'm getting into at the moment, is getting me pack weight down, but using different shelters, because I've managed to sort of go ultralight with a bivvy bag or my hooped Ridge Raider bivvy bag. Now I want to start trying to go ultralight with, you know, one-man tents. But the thing is of course a lot of those sort of tents are like really expensive. You can only really get them in America and stuff like that. So I'm going with these cheap and cheerful sort of 1.5 kilo tents or less, and just sort of trying to cut the kit down elsewhere and stuff. So, you know, I'm not having sort of two of everything this time. You know, I have one sleeping mat, sort of one pillow, one stove. You know, I'm not going to take tons and tons of food and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a little experiment I'm playing around with at the moment, so you'll probably sort of see that in the future videos. Next few bits of kit, I bought, this was just from the garden centre. I bought this on Mother's Day actually. I took my mum to the garden centre and I went, hang on, I'll have that as well. I saw it, and it's by Spear and Jackson. It's not a particularly fancy saw. Hang on, I've just got to open it. I can't do it with one hand. There we go. It's just on a click, and it's just a basic sort of like handheld saw, sort of like a Laplander, something like that. And I just saw it and I thought, well, I'm not planning on getting massively into bushcraft, but I thought a little handheld saw might come in handy. It cost me £12, so I thought, well, we'll give it a go. We'll see what it's like. Got my usual knife, some work gloves. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Then I've got this. I got this out of Sainsbury's yesterday. I saw it, and it's £12.99, I think. And it's a folding snow shovel. So it's not the lightest. And what I'm going to do with this, hang on, excuse the camera angle. Yeah. So there we go. Brand new. It's not got a speck of dirt on it yet. And you just tighten the handle up and that'll, yeah, tighten that up. So yeah, I'm not going to use it for snow. I'm going to use it basically, what I'm going to try now is I'm actually going to try and dig in one of those Dakota fire pits that you see on YouTube. So basically you dig kind of like a trench, I believe, like a small trench, and what you want is, you want sort of like a block or something, like a sort of almost like, if you can, a concrete slab or something there, concrete slab there, leave a gap between the two of them. That's where your fire will be. And then you've got sort of, you've got the edge of the trench, a gap in the trench, and then you've got the slab, a gap where the fire is, the slab, and then another gap in the end of the trench. So those two gaps right at the end will allow like oxygen to get in and feed the fire. I think that's how it works. Anyway, once again, I saw it on Sea Veggie's channel and I thought, how hard can it be? I'm going to give that a go. I haven't got any concrete slabs with me, so I don't quite know how I'm going to do this, but like in true Tom Outdoors style, let's just give it a go. Maybe I'll sort of leave a section of earth in either side and sort of make a hole through there and like sort of tunnel through it. I don't know really, but I've got an hour or so to kill, so I'm going to give it a try. So after a little bit of digging, this is what I've come up with. So it's just a test run at the moment. I've never done this before, so I'm sure it's probably not completely right and it's not the deepest or the biggest of trenches, but I'm just using the Vargo stove at the moment with some wet fire, some cotton wool and 2 like solid fuel tablets in at the moment, just sort of as like a prop for demonstration purposes. So of course you'd have your fire in the middle, and then either side you'd have like a slab there, so you could lay a grill across the top and, you know, cook stuff there. And then you've got your 2 oxygen holes there and there, so I could even make the trench a bit wider and have a bigger fire. And yeah, what I'll probably start off using is like using the slices of fire log that I've got, sticking them in there. Like everything at the moment, the wood's like really dry, not really dry, sorry, I wish it was. It's like really kind of wet and stuff around here, so it's, you know, finding dry wood is a mission at the moment. Oh yeah, the bluebells are starting to come through. Oh, dodgy zoom again. So I broke the screen. And there we go. So yeah, so that's my attempt at, I think it's called a Dakota fire pit. Like I say, as always, I'm no expert, so please get in the comments constructive criticism, you know, and you know, let us know if there's things I could improve on. I'm sure there is, or if you've used one of these before, etc, etc. Just, yeah, let us know what you think. Anyway, so yeah, that's the Dakota fire pit, or my attempt at it. I've just opened the tent door and there's a pheasant really close. Just there. He's not moving much at the moment. Way, rabbit hole. I just nearly shot straight down that. When's it going to stop? Anyway, yeah, I'm going to sign off now. So yeah, it's just a quick little day camp really. Sort of testing out, setting up the new tent and trying out the shovel, experimenting with the Dakota fire pit, and yeah, just getting out in the woods for a couple of hours, you know, before I've got to go and work in a gym for the next like 6 or 7 hours. So yeah, anyways, yeah, thanks for watching and you'll see me in the next one. Cheers guys, thanks for the support, see you later.